Hello guys, so welcome to the series of Power Automate on CoffeeKeyboard. In today's video, we'll be discovering how we can use Power Automate to do our Excel automation level tasks. So the task that I have in mind is to create a letter generation system, and the task is really simple. We have an Excel file with names of my friends in it, and then we have to take that name from the file, and on the cell that is beside it we write the letter that we want. So here is the Excel file. We have a column called names, and these are the names of my friends, and what I want over here is the letter that I want. So the letter is hello, insert name, which would technically go over here. Hello, insert name, congrats on this job offer, it's good to have you. Right, so instead of insert name, what I would like here is my name instead. Hirak Desai. Hello Hirak Desai, congrats on this job offer, it's good to have you. And I would like to replicate the same for all the other users with their names in their cells. Right, so let's get right to it. I'll close this Excel. This Excel is already placed in a folder which I'm aware of under the YouTube folder. And let's get to the automation screen. Again, the flow that we are creating over here, the link to it will be available in the YouTube video description, so that you can avail it and use it on your own PC. The first thing that we want to do is load data from Excel. So let's search for Excel and under actions. We'll first launch Excel. We have to open a pre-existing workbook. So open a following document, and we'll specify the path to the document. Mine is under the YouTube folder under letter data. Let's open this up, and we do not want to open it as a read only because we'll be writing content to it as well. So let's just hit save for now. Right, next thing that we want to do is read from Excel worksheet. Now we do not want to read a single cell value. We want to read values of a range of cells. Right, let's just do that. Or we could directly do is avail all available values from the worksheet. Let's just try that once. Get all content as text, and the first line of range contains the names of the column. Right, so let's just hit save on both of them. We will, just to ensure that we are getting the right data, display a message with the Excel data in it. So Excel instance is our Excel workbook that we are loading. Excel data is the data that we extracted from the worksheet, and then we are just displaying the data. Let's just run this code once. And as you can see, we have successfully loaded all of the content of the Excel worksheet. Right, we'll delete that for now. And now what we want to do is loop through each of them. So we'll have a loop for each item in Excel data. What we want to do is write certain data to our Excel worksheet. Right, so write to Excel worksheet. Here what we'll have to do is keep in mind where we are writing the data. Right, so for that we need a counter variable. On specified cell we'll have to write that data. So let's also create a counter variable. So set variable, so we'll have a set variable where we'll call the variable row, and the value we could initialize it from the value 1, because the first column is the name column. So let's just initialize it as 1, or let's just do it 2. 2 is where we'll be first writing data. Then let's get back and do write to Excel. So what we have done is loaded up the Excel sheet, read data from it, set variable of a variable counted called row to start from 2, We'll be writing on specified cell. Value to write is the message that we have over here. Let's quickly copy the message. And instead of insert name, we will be inserting our variable current item, right, on specified cell. So what it asks is for column and the row number. So our column, the first column contains name, so naturally second column is where we want to write data, and row becomes our variable now, variable row, and we hit save. Now after writing every time to the Excel sheet, we want to increment our variable counter by 1, right? So set variable, or what we could do instead is increment. Excel Power Automate allows to increase variable by having an inbuilt function for it. So we'll set variable row and increase it by a value of 1. So at the end of this automation, what we would see is our Excel data having the letters generated over here automatically. Let's close this once and run the automation. So it quickly goes through all of the names, and here we have our Excel instance. I'll zoom into it, where you see, hello Hirak Desai, congrats on this job offer, it's good to have you, and it has done the same for all the available names in this list, right? So this is one of the most basic Excel automations that we had to show, and we'll be diving into more of them later ahead on this series. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you guys on the next video as well.